Welcome to Springboro 45066, Part 2, the TV News Magazine show of Springboro, Ohio. On Part 2 of our show, we'll talk to Festival Chair Kim Loesche about Artfest on Main coming in August. At the Springboro Library, Vicky Sweeney is excited to tell us all about the library's reopening and upcoming programming. Warren County Career Center correspondent Don Wright talks to Bailey Roberts about the center's new Serial Technology School. Returning to the schools, we hear from two Clear Creek students about making bat boxes. David Thompson at Kaufman Y talks about spring sports, and on Meet Your Neighbor, we'll talk to longtime resident and dear friend Seth Ravert. We are still at Warp Wing, and it's all happening right now on Springboro 45066. Carrie and I are coming at you live still at Warp Wing. Welcome to Part 2 of 45066. Another exciting show, a lot of things to get caught up on. Carrie, where are we going first?
We are going to talk to Kim Loesche, who is the festival chair for Artfest on Main, which is going to have a different date this year. They moved the festival back a little bit in the season, so it's going to be in late August this year. Kim's going to tell us all about it. We are in front of the gorgeous fence at Eve's Inc. at 515 South Main Street with Kim Loesche, the chair for Artfest on Main. Welcome to 45066, Kim.
Thank you.
It's great to have you back.
I'm excited to be here.
It's nice to see you. It's been a while.
It's been a very long time.
So we are here to talk about Artfest on Main 2021. I'm excited to hear that the festival is going to happen this year.
It is going to happen. We are very excited after our year hiatus. We have a new date. It's August 28th this year.
Excellent. So a little bit later in the summer.
A little bit later in the summer, hoping that gives us a little better weather, not quite as hot.
Sure.
And we are super excited. We are currently accepting applications for artists, as well as entertainers, musicians, and food trucks.
Wonderful, wonderful. So if you'd like to participate in Artfest as an exhibitor, entertainer, or a food truck, how would you apply?
So there's two ways that you can access the applications. There are links on our social media through Facebook, or also on our website, which is artfestonmain.com.
Wonderful. So it's going to be the same great festival right here on Main Street in historic Springboro, but with a new date, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so also dinner on Main?
We are planning on having dinner on Main. There are going to be some restrictions depending on the governor and on our COVID guidelines.
He's watching us right now.
Yes. But we are very excited to be able to continue that fundraiser.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's such a fun evening, bringing the community together, having a local chef with local produce, local meats, and just, getting to enjoy each other and, the fruits of our community.
It's an amazing event. If you didn't attend last time, you definitely need to get a ticket this time.
Awesome. So if our community members want to help with Artfest, because I know Artfest, it takes a lot of people on the committee for planning, but then it also takes a lot of people the day of the event. If somebody wanted to volunteer for the day of, how would someone reach out to do that?
So we have some wonderful volunteer coordinators who are putting together a sign-up system. However, you can also reach out via our website or via social media as well.
Okay.
We have volunteers day of for setup, tear down, to assist the artists. And then we have volunteers in each of the areas, like the children's tent, the beer and wine tent with the musicians. So there's lots of opportunities for volunteer, and we accept volunteers of all ages. If your children would like to volunteer and you want to volunteer with them, we would love to have that.
Well, and that's kind of family fun. You
Absolutely.
can give back to the community as a family event, which is super cool.
Yes.
Now we are standing in front of this gorgeous fence, which I know is typically the community project during Artfest. Is this going to be the community project again?
It is going to be the community project again. This is one thing we love to do. So every year, right before the festival, we repaint the fence white, and then everybody who participates and comes through can paint something and contribute. And then it's used as a photo op all year round for people.
We love it. It's beautiful.
It is so much fun.
And I mean, it brings joy to people.
A little pop of color.
It is. It's a big pop of color on Main Street, and it's fun to just drive by and see people out here, whether it's during prom or homecoming or graduation, taking photos and just seeing, people creating memories here.
Yes, and it's great that the whole community gets to contribute to the artwork.
It is. It's really neat. Folks of all ages. So children, through adults can contribute to the fens.
Absolutely.
All right, well, Kim, if someone wants to learn more about Artfest on Main, how is the best way to do that?
The best way is going to be either through our Facebook page or through our website, which is artfestonmain.com. Both of those are going to have updated information. As we jury artists, we'll be adding those lists as well. So that's the best source of information.
Great. And if you would like to be considered as an artist, when is that application deadline?
May 15 is the application deadline.
Okay.
We are accepting all applications through ZAP. It is a juried art show, so there will be a jury process following that deadline, and then we will notify all the accepted artists.
Fantastic. Well, it's always a top-notch event, and thank you for chairing it. Thank you for your leadership, and we're excited for Artfest on Main, which is August 28th, 2021.
Thank you.
We'll see you there. Thanks, Kim. We cannot wait for Artfest.
It's going to get bigger and better every year.
It'll be nice having a late August festival as well.
Another great event for the community.
I agree. So many great things about Springboro.
Speaking of events,
Yes.
Chamber.
Now, the Chamber did not get to have their traditional annual awards banquet and gala this year, but we would still like to recognize the 2020 Chamber Award winners. So the Volunteer of the Year for 2020 was Mavis Verdorn. Ambassador of the Year is Ted Andrews from Yellow Monkey Services. Friend of the Chamber went to Brad Page from Page's Flooring. The Mayor's Award went to Craig Salmon Gilmore from the Goddard School. The Founders Award went to Tim Tipton from Tri-State CPAs. The Community Spirit Award went to Watkins Heating and Cooling. The Business Growth Award went to Rembrandt Roofing and Restoration. And the 2020 Springboro Chamber Business of the Year is Springboro Veterinary Hospital and Urgent Care. Congratulations to all of our winners.
absolutely.
What a tough year, and for your business to win an accolade like that, you must be doing something right.
No doubt, no doubt.
All right, now let's go see Vicky at the library. We have not seen her in a while.
We miss Vicky.
We definitely do. Let's go see Vicky.
Thanks, Mayor, and welcome to the Springboro Public Library. The Franklin Springboro Public Library is open for browsing, computer use, copying, and faxing. Masks are required for anyone 2 years and up, and we ask patrons to limit their time in the library to 45 minutes. Operating hours and virtual programs can be found on our website, www.fspl.org. We will be having a summer reading program this coming June and July. We are still working out all the details for that, and we'll have more to share as it gets closer to summer. So thank you for coming out to the Franklin Springboro Public Library, and back to you.
Thanks, Vicky. It's great to see you at the library.
Well, we have a special segment of the 45066. Don Wright used to do the show with me. He's doing a special thing from the Warren County Career Center about what's going on with the Surgical Technology Program.
Hey, I'm at Green Tree Health Science Academy here at Atrium Medical Center.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm talking to Bailey Roberts, and Bailey is the teacher in charge of the class here, and I'm going to ask her, Bailey, tell us all about, because this is brand new.
Brand
This
new,
year.
yes. Well, second year, last year was a brand new program. I teach surgical technology to juniors and seniors here at Green Tree Health Science Academy through the Warren County Career Center. We spend time learning about body systems and medical terminology, how to speak it, spell it, understand the words. Then we venture into sterile processing, where students learn how to clean, sterilize, assemble surgery trays for all different various types of surgeries, general, GYN, ENT, urology, orthopedic surgery. So they get a wide variety of knowledge to further their education in surgical technology.
That is absolutely awesome. This is all part of the Warren County Career Center, and I know a lot of people out there, young people, don't know what they're going to do in life, but if this is something you would consider, you need to go to the Warren County Career Center.
Yes.
And this room here that we're in is brand new as of, what, last month? The month before?
Yes, brand new, June, July-ish. They started construction in here in February, right before COVID hit. Worked all summer long to get us a lab that I helped design, and got ideas from some other people who did their own extensive research. They finished it up June, July-ish, and this is the first year that my students got to see it. So when they came the first day, my seniors and juniors, my juniors never saw it. My seniors, they were great last year and sticking with me with no lab. And so my seniors have worked really hard to organize and design this lab and get it together how they want. I left that all up to them. It was kind of a nice prize for sticking it out with me.
Now we have two seniors with us today.
Two seniors, Maylee Wilson from Lebanon. She goes, her homeschool is Lebanon High School, and Seth Ravert from Little Miami.
Well, Bailey, thank you so much. I want you to talk to
Okay.
a couple of these seniors we have with us today.
All right.
And see what they think about the program and how advanced they feel they've come. Just the one is, they're both seniors, so they had their junior year
Yes,
too.
junior year too.
Okay, so thank you very much for being in it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So here with us today, I have two students from my senior class. Maylee Wilson, her homeschool is Lebanon High School, and Seth Ravert, his homeschool is Little Miami High School. Why don't you each tell us, we'll start with Seth, why you chose to join the program here for surgical technology.
Okay. Well, I wanted to join this program because my entire life I've always been in hospitals, I've been in and out, and I always wanted to give back a little bit. So I figured being a surgical technologist and going on to be a first assist would be the best way to do that. So I joined the surgical technology lab to help me get my foot in the door and start that career.
Good. All right, Maylee, why'd you join?
Kind of for the same reason that Seth did. Quite a few people in my family that I was close to have passed away, along with some friends. And when I was little, I had epilepsy, so I was in and out of Children's Hospital all the time. So it just seems like kind of hospitals are like second nature to me, which is kind of weird. But I felt like since it's so like homey feeling to me, it would make sense for me to work in a hospital. And being a surg tech, I feel like is the best option because I don't have to go to college for a super long time. I can still get to spend time with my family. So yeah.
All right. Now, taking what you felt like you knew before and your reasonings why, what have you learned here over the last year and a half? We're not done yet, but year and a half of class time.
Well, something that I definitely like is obviously lab and doing our skills because it's a good skill set to have, but also learning the bottling systems also helps, and the instruments makes life a lot easier for us.
Gives you a nice early baseline to what you learn here if you choose to go to Sinclair for college. All right, Maylee, what do you like about lab?
I like that, we all have like our different personalities and stuff in lab, but when it comes to like working together, we get kind of past all of our differences and stuff and really work like a team like they do in an OR. I also obviously like scrubbing because we do that quite a bit. It's the first thing that we learned how to do. Yes. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, and back to you.
Thanks, Don, for your commentary. You haven't missed a beat.
So Mayor, we had the opportunity to go to Clear Creek Elementary and talk to some first grade students in Alyce Haren and Laura Parlett's classrooms about a project that they did that worked in conjunction with Springboro High School and with the parks in Warren County, constructing bat boxes that, will help really our entire ecosystem. Really cool story. Let's go check it out. All right, we are at Clear Creek Elementary today in Alyce Haren's first grade classroom, and we are going to talk about their Bat Box project. Alyce, welcome to 45066.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us in your classroom.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about the Bat Box project, if you would, please.
So back in October, my students, we started learning about bats, and it started to develop into something bigger. The students were asking more questions, and how do bats help the environment? What could we do to help the environment? So we started by writing letters to some people at the parks, asking them if we could build bat boxes and install them in the parks. And once we got the go-ahead, we worked with Mrs. Corder and we got the materials and paint and everything to build them with the help of some Springboro high schoolers and some students from Butler Tech, and everything just kind of took off from there.
What a neat collaboration between, you know, the younger students and then our older students.
They loved it. We did a couple of Zoom calls with them, and they sent us progress pictures of the process so that we could all see and kind of be involved step by step. And then we coordinated delivery and everything, and we're hoping that we get to kind of meet up with them sometime so they can kind of meet our students and see their projects come to fruition.
Wonderful. Well, you must be so proud of your students for taking this initiative and really just following it through and you know, getting this done, because this is something that's going to help, you know, our community, our ecosystem.
Absolutely. So proud of them. They took total ownership of this. They were so excited and enthusiastic about it. We, one of the groups of high schoolers, they gave us these panther head emblems that we were able to nail to the front. So when they see them out of the parks, they'll be able to see their hard work and recognize that those are the bat boxes they made. So it'll be kind of a nice little wrap up to our project.
That's wonderful, and that's something that they'll be able to identify for years to come.
Absolutely.
Really neat. Well, congratulations. You must be so proud of your students.
Thank you. I am. Thank you.
Well, let's chat with a couple of your students.
Okay, sounds great.
Thank you. Okay, we are with Claire and Stella. They are two of our first grade students who helped create the bat boxes that will be hung in our Warren County parks. Ladies, thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.
So tell me, if you would, let's start with Claire. Tell me why you were so passionate about making a bat box.
Well, we wanted to help the bats eat lots of bugs and be healthy and help our environment. So we just wanted to make the boxes so that they could have a happy life.
I think that's a great thing. Stella, what about you?
We did it because we wanted to help the bats so they could have a place to live, so they didn't live in people's houses, and so the bats could have a home. So when they had some food for their family or something, they could bring it back to the house.
That's a great answer. What has been your favorite part of learning about bats and creating the bat houses? Let's start with Stella.
Well, my favorite part was where we got to paint the bat boxes, because that was when it was almost time to send them out.
Sure, and then you'll get to see your hard work put to good use. What about you, Claire?
Well, my favorite part was probably about painting the bat boxes and asking the high schoolers and the other kids if they could build our boxes.
So you enjoyed working with the older students too. I bet that was exciting, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Being in first grade and getting to work with high schoolers on a joint project. That had to be really neat. Your bat boxes will be installed soon in the Warren County parks. Are you planning on going to the park to see if bats are actually in the bat boxes?
Yes, I think we will go on March 6th, and we'll get in a big group and see who can come, and we'll see if what they look like.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I think maybe one time when my family's free, I think we might go into the park and see if there's any bats.
I think that's a great idea. Well, thank you both for what you've done for our community. I know you've done a lot to help control the mosquito population, because that's something that the bats help us out with. So thank you both for your contribution, and thank you for being on Springboro 45066 today. Keep up the great work.
Okay, we will.
Back to you. Wasn't that wonderful?
Very interesting.
I know, isn't that cool? I was really blown away by how enthusiastic the students were about building the boxes, trying to help control the mosquito population. Really, really neat.
It really was.
All right, so let's go to the Kaufman YMCA. They are open for business, and David Thompson has an update for us.
All right.
Thanks, Carrie, and welcome back to the Coffman Family YMCA. It's so good to be back on the show with you today. Hey, I want to make sure that everybody knows that the Kaufman YMCA is back, and we are open to the community, open to our members, and we've done a lot to make sure that this is a safe environment for all of our members. We've updated our cleaning procedures, we've implemented additional social distancing guidelines, we've reduced our facility capacity, and then we've put also into place some additional COVID-19 safety measures so you can feel safe coming back to the YMCA. Some of the programs that I wanted to highlight that we're now registering for are spring soccer. So our spring soccer is a program for kids ages 3 to 12, and practices for that begin the week of April 19th, and games begin the week of May 1st. We're also registering now for our spring volleyball program. Our spring volleyball program is for kids that are at ages 7 through high school, and then practices for that begin the week of April 12th, and games begin April 24th. We're registering all the time for our swimming lessons. Those are back up and running every single month. We have a different session of swim lessons that starts, so if you're interested in that, you can check out our website for more information on those programs as well. Hey, if you are considering restarting your health program, if you've not gotten back into the routine of getting active and being healthy, we're here at the YMCA are ready to help. So simply stop by here at the Kaufman YMCA at 88 Remick Boulevard. Give us a phone call at 937-886-9622 or visit us on our website at DaytonYMCA.org to learn more about how you can get back involved in fitness or some of your favorite activities. Anyway, hey, thanks for coming out and visiting with us here at the Kaufman YMCA, and we hope to see you here soon. Back to you, Carrie.
Thanks, David. It's always great to see you at the Y.
Love the Y.
Oh, I hear another drum roll.
Here we go, part 2, meet your neighbor. We have someone who is serving our country in the Air Force. Seth Ravert is going to join us. He's got a really interesting story. He came from New Jersey, and he loves Springboro.
He does love Springboro.
Thanks for hooking me up with him, Carrie.
You're welcome.
He was really an interesting guy to talk to.
He's a fun one. He's my buddy.
He was. Let's go talk to Seth. We're still at Fort Wayne, part 2, meet your neighbor, Seth Ravert. He works at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. He's on active duty. Glad to have you on the show.
Thanks, sir.
Why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name's Seth Ravert. I've lived in Springboro here since 2012. So I work up at the base, up in the parachute shop up there.
You married?
Yeah, married. Been married for 19 years now.
Good for you.
Yep, 3 kids. My oldest son, Dayton, 17 now. My middle son, Camden, is 16. And then my daughter, my baby's 11. So.
All right. They all go to Springboro?
Yes, sir. My oldest son is at the Career Center in Springboro, so he's in the aviation program.
I can't say enough things about the Career Center.
Yeah, it's great.
Top shelf.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway, what made you decide to join the Air Force, 18 years ago?
Yeah, well, I was doing some landscaping. Work was hit and miss in the winters and stuff like that. Married, had a baby on the way. So a property that we used to take care of had a recruiter's office in it. So I went in, talked to the Air Force recruiter was in at the time, and so we just had a talk, fill out the paperwork. A couple months later, I was gone.
So when you moved into Springboro, where did you come from?
Came from New Jersey.
New Jersey?
Yep.
Okay.
McGuire Air Force Base.
Okay. Oh, all right. Yeah, very good. So how do you like Springboro?
We love it compared to a lot of the other places we've lived. They weren't bad, but we just, when we moved here, we initially had looked at Beaver Creek and a couple surrounding places. A mutual friend of ours was our realtor. So we looked at a couple different places, and we just liked Springboro. The school district was smaller. You know, you didn't have 4 elementary schools, it's fine, but we were just looking for more of a smaller, tighter knit community. So that's kind of what drew us to Springboro.
Well, we're glad to have you. I'm glad you made the move. So why don't you tell me a little bit about what you do exactly at Wright-Pat? You talked about the parachutes.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so I run the parachute shop up there. So we take care of, our career field in general takes care of anything that sustains or saves life in the event of an emergency on an aircraft. So yeah, in my shop, we take care of the parachutes, the life rafts, all the flotation gear that goes on there. as well as fabrication for engine covers or anything maintenance related that they need for the aircraft as well.
You're keeping them all safe. That's a good thing.
That's right. Yep, absolutely.
So we were talking earlier. Been in 18 years. You're going to stick around for a while and serve your country, and then you'll make a decision later on down the line.
Yeah, I got another 4 or 5 left in me.
Okay. 4 or 5 and a wake up. 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, 4 or 5, then I'll see what's out there on the civilian side.
Yeah, there you go. Well, anyway, have you taken advantage of any of the concerts in the park and things like that in Springboro? You've been there, been too busy?
Yeah, so we actually live up in that neighborhood, so we walk over there all the time for that.
Oh, cool.
You know, we don't have to worry about the parking or anything. We're always getting calls, hey, can we park in your driveway? So, yeah, we would go over there for that. They're fantastic, all the parks. So, absolutely.
Yeah, you got a dog?
We do.
You ever been down to the dog park with your dog yet?
Yeah, he's not good at dog parks.
Why not? Why not?
It's kind of like a convict program, you know.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, you moved from New Jersey and you said you've been to other places. What is it that you like best about Springboro? What would you tell the audience that you like best about being here? Is there any one thing that you like, or is there a number of things?
Yeah, it's like a package deal. You know, we had family here. My dad lives here, so that was one thing. You know, and at the time, at the 30,000 feet view, the taxes were better than other places, cost of living. But really, we just liked the feel of Springboro and how it felt. Again, we had plenty of parks. I liked the Warren County area in general as well. So just kind of the whole thing. You know, we have the Christmas in Springboro, just all of it really. So, is
there anything that you can think of that we could do better? Because we always want to get feedback, because we strive to be the best we can be.
Well, I don't know. We have this whole beautiful setup right here that's within walking distance for me now. So I don't know if I could ask for much more than having a warped wing. Here we're getting a Jersey bike.
We did it just for you.
Oh, all right. Well, I feel real special about that now. All right.
Okay. Well, anyway, Seth, meet your neighbor. Wave bye to the audience, Seth.
Take care.
Thanks, Seth. Always glad to have somebody new on the show, and it was great being with you. Well, Carrie, another show, part 2 done.
Yeah.
We want to thank our audience, obviously. We have a lot of things coming up. We have a lot of things we're going to try to do in the community. It all surrounds COVID-19, but we're working our way there. We're going to put it in the rearview mirror sooner or later, hopefully sooner, and we'll keep you apprised of what's going on, and we'll see you in the next show. But in the meantime, Carrie?
Thank you for sticking with us. We hated to have to step away for a brief COVID hiatus, but we are so happy to be back, and we are so thankful that you are here to still watch us. So thank you for sticking with us.
Yeah, thanks a lot for not having to watch all those reruns again, because
Yes.
it's been a long time.
It has been a long time.
But anyway, we'll see you in the next shows.
Yes.
In the meantime, take care and stay safe and stay strong. Yes. Take care.